Hey guys, this is Hawkeye and I am back with Mist Survival. And yes, I know in my first look that I was going to have a part 2. Well, honestly, after seeing some of the comments that I got in my or review of my comments, I realized I made a lot of mistakes. So I figured it's probably better off to start completely over, rethink the whole thing, that kind of thing. But got a heck of a lot of good tips, let me tell you. Yeah, I'm gonna just look at this, but basically that just means that's my basic base setting, which is pretty much a way to get killed if there's ever a mist. They can definitely get you there. But the main gist of this thing is there's certain rules you have to apply to this game early on, and that is you've got to get the essentials. That is food, water, and shelter. Now, this is not a shelter. This is a place for zombies to come and eat your face off. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and collect as much of the essentials as we can and find a decent base. Now, I did run through this one more time just to see if I could approach this a little bit smarter, and I think I've got it down. Now, I didn't play a whole lot of time because I didn't want to just pretty much, you know, get so good at it that it's not going to be as fun or, you know, have all the excitement. But one of the things I need to tell you, all this stuff you see with the rocks, I was told leave them be for now. Leave the sticks be, leave the logs be. Right now, stick to getting the essentials. Do not mess with the bear. The bear will kill you with one swipe. And don't mess with the zombies yet. And if the mist does come, find a appropriate, here we go, beef can and bandage. These are essentials, guys. Bandages will save your life. Cokes, or colas, or whatever you want to call them. These are the things you're going to need. Now, I was also told to check up on RVs and stuff like that. I don't think there'd be anything on top of a truck, but I'm going to look anyway. Nope, nothing. Just following the rules. Now, these metal scraps, probably you need to pick them up pretty soon. Now, I will say these components I would grab. These seem to have a good importance. Eventually these metal scraps will, because I know of a few tricks here that may help me in the near future. Alright, now we're going to see if we can't raid some of the closer things and find an appropriate place to stay. Now, the mist will come on the first day, usually after maybe 20 minutes of gameplay. So I'm going to run through this as quickly as I can, grab as many essentials as I can, and then I'm going to go to the place that I found that I think will be safe during the mist. So let's see here. We need to check all the cars. See, we got stuff in here we could use. I don't know. I'm not sure about the metal scraps just yet. I will need them soon. Sooner than most other things, because I need to use it to make a gas can. Okay, this is, I think, painkillers. That could come in handy. Yeah, we got such a limited amount of space that we just got to be very choosy about what we pick up. Yeah, I don't need a gear just yet. And I'm probably going to miss something. I just know I'm kind of in a big hurry here. Oh, that's right. I got it auto-saving. I might shut that off because I could auto-save in a really bad point. Now, there's not going to be anything in these areas here. I've been through them, so you just really be wasting your time, except for maybe a few odds and ends and wood and stuff, but nothing of any great importance. So yes, there's tons of metal scraps everywhere. Just remember that they're there. You can always come back for them later. Now that particular hotel room up there has zombies in it. The door is closed and zombies can't open doors, so they, as scary as they sound, are not going to be any harm to you. And yes, they are scary. But if that mist comes, I'm getting the heck out of Dodge because I have a much safer place than this. More metal scraps. But there's lots of stuff in these rooms. I would suggest grabbing all that you can. That's foodstuffs, medicines, whatever. Again, the metal scraps can wait. I think there's a candy bar in here. Well, I thought there was a candy bar. It must be upstairs. Yeah, there's a couple of candy bars you can grab. Just run by them. They pretend they're not there. The sewing kit I do grab because that might have a use. Never see anything in there. Here we go. Coke, candy bar. I think this is antibiotics. Is there anything I could drop though? I'd really rather have... Yeah, I could drop the saw. I'll get the saw later. Not saying the saw isn't important, but just not important right now. Okay. I think there's another candy bar in here, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, car engine. That wasn't here the first time I've been through. Oh, I can only carry one candy bar at a time? Well, that sucks. Well, I gotta remember that candy bar is there. I do need to come back and get that engine. That engine... shoot, I can't get the clothes? Really? Well, that sucks. Alright. Now, if the mist got up on me a little quicker than I expected, I was going to hide out in one of those rooms up there. Those are safe, too. But, yeah, if you get stuck, make sure you stay in those, because the doors here to these do not open or close. You notice I'm running. Don't assume that's going to get you safe. You will run out of stamina. Okay. I want to check these cars on the way. Any car that has a little symbol above it means it's drivable. And you can fix it back up. You need some tires, gas, I think a battery, and of course an engine. Nothing in there. That's a good... This would be a good choice for a vehicle. That's a little hardier than some of these others. But... Ooh, there we go. Okay, more antibiotics. Let's see, this one you can't drive, and I can't carry all of it, but that's okay, because we're going to be stopping off over here anyway. Now this would probably be a more appropriate base for you to start with. There's another small one down there, but this one is bigger, and I just like it better because it's also close to a lot of the main things. So now this is my official base. Now when I spawn, I'll end up here. The reason I like this is because it's a little bit easier to defend. Plus it has a nice hatchet here. But you can take everything you've collected and put it in here. And I usually am very, I don't know, OCD. I like to store everything, like all the food in one thing. So we're going to do just that. Okay, that's all the food. And over here I'm just going to put everything else. But you can keep these things in here. Apparently there are NPCs that can steal from you, but I don't think you run across them until much later. Eventually I think we can construct some storage areas that you can seal. But for now see these windows here? You can fix them with nails and a hammer and wood, but the problem is that zombies can eventually get through them. So the goal, I will take this axe, is to eventually make it secure. Now the mist hasn't come just yet, so we're still okay, but I'm going to run over here. Now see, one of the reasons this is a good place too, let me show you, there's a storage area for water, and eventually you can come up with the equipment to carry water and fill that so that you can have plenty of water at your disposal. Now I'm going to run down here. This structure over here is extremely important, guys. I'm sure there are other ones that are just as important, but for me, that I've found, what's so important about it is, I wish you could make it a base, but you can't. There are no zombies, and there are no windows that the zombies can get through. This is a secure place, guys. So if the mist comes, until you get your base really secure, this might be a good place to hole up. Alright, let me see what I can find stuff-wise. There's all kinds of things in here. Let's see. Now this is useful. 9mm. We're going to need them eventually. Actually, we need it now. That will take care of our gun. Our gun. Now we have, and also, if you got a gun, save your bullets. Your bullets are very hard to find, and you only need them in extreme emergencies. Don't just start shooting them off half-cocked. This is a good weapon too, so if it comes down to it, you can use it. Plus there's another engine in here, so now I know 2 places to find an engine. I was going to say there's usually food in here and a shirt. Of course the shirt's a little worn out. There's a battery. Here's a workbench, and this is something you're going to need in order to make a lot of the things you're going to have later on. Let me see here. These are rifle ammo, so there is a rifle eventually. Nothing in there. Okay. More rifle ammo. Alright, that's all that's in there. And actually, this could be in a pinch a place to store stuff if you really absolutely have to, but this workbench is important because I don't know if you can see it, but it says E interact and M move. You can move this. And that's going to be real important later because I hey, I used the mechanics of the game to my advantage. What I'm going to do eventually is move this workbench over to my base. And the mist is coming, guys. So we need to stay inside. This is going to get kind of hairy here in a minute. There's another axe. There's a tire. Those things are all wait for a little bit. I wish I'd had a little more time, but you're going to get to see what happens with this mist. Let me real quickly, this is kind of dangerous to do, but as you saw in the first one, when the mist comes, that's when the zombies come. They start spawning all over the place, and they're very hungry. And you are their midnight snack. So we're going to close that. Leave it closed. And as far as I can tell, this is a pretty good spot to hole up until the zombies leave. Now one of the things you can do while the zombies are out there, you can sleep. That'll waste some of your time while you're here. That way you're not sitting there cowering in a corner waiting forever. But before I do that, I'm going to equip this shirt. Yep, hear the funny music? That's when they're coming. This is not good protection. For some reason I can't seem to equip it. Maybe I need to put it down here. No. That's alright. I don't need it necessarily. Also, keep track of your thirst and hunger because you will die if you let it drop too far. Found that out the hard way too. Let me go ahead and eat that. That'll help my hunger and my thirst. Move this over. But this workbench is great because there's all kinds of things you can eventually make. This is where the metal scraps will come in handy later on. I'm going to need to make nails with these components. So I'm not getting the scraps just yet. Boy, it's some spooky sounds, isn't it? You can make bottles of water. You can make well, we've got saws. The bucket's going to be important for carrying liquid to store. The gas can is also important. We got to get, if you can't find one, we need to make one as soon as possible. Now, my understanding is this crowbar could be used to open permanently closed doors. So doors that I couldn't normally get open before. So that could be interesting. And this is also where you craft your bow. The longbow is what you eventually want to get to, but you got to unlock it first. Here's where you make your arrows. You have to have a quiver before you can use a bow. So, and here are clothes. Now, I found a t-shirt, but it wasn't very good quality. I think it was like 18%. That's probably why it won't let me equip it. It's pretty poor. We are going to need boots and a regular shirt because that's going to offer us a little more protection. And there are other things you can do with structure building. You have to have workbenches and other things to make this happen. And here's the bench. Let's see, is this it? Yeah. Right here. Tanning racks, workbench, blacksmith place. These will open up other things that you can make. Furnace, repair bench, reloading bench. These, so you can make ammo. You can make small cabins yourself. Lights, furniture, like a nice bed. I think eventually you can build traps, but those are grayed out, so I think that's a future thing. Generators, water purifiers, drying racks, grill stands, cooking pots. So all kinds of good stuff. Stuff I didn't see last time. But I think, I don't know how long this is going to take. Yeah, it's still going on, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, see if we can sleep. Press 7 to do that. You just lay yourself down. We'll sleep for a couple hours. You heard a growl. That was one that was roaming around outside. So hopefully the mist is gone. And it is. Perfect. So we were able to avoid the mist and the monsters outside. Let's see if there's anything else we can grab. I thought I did everything. Let's see, this is where this comes in handy. We are going to go ahead. This is a bit of a trick, but you can do it. Alright, I'm going to move back. And I'm going to move this thing with me. Now if I can slide that out that door, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. No, it's probably cheating, and after doing this somebody's probably going to take it off the ability to do, but for now, I'm going to take advantage of it as long as I can. There's the cabin. Let's see what I'm going to do with this, guys. I'm going to put this up on the porch. and we're going to use it to block one of the windows. And because of that, that's going to eliminate one of the major weaknesses in your base. Actually, I might have to do it in the front one. I think there's more room. We'll spin it around. There it is. And look, completely blocks the window. Now if it tears up the workbench, it would be a bad thing, but I feel better with more security than anything else. Plus I got something I can use. So right now I've got good durability on that one. Now if I could only find another bench for this one. I couldn't get it through the door very easily, and I figured it would be probably more advantageous to have it here, and maybe later I can figure out how to get it inside. Alright, now we're going to start looking for supplies. Now there won't be any more mist for a while. So we're going to use this opportunity to try to find as many goodies as we can. I am going to close this. No reason to invite the damn things in. Alright, let's see here. I am going to grab a few oddball things since I couldn't before. I am going to grab the engine, the battery. There's nothing in there I could use. I didn't think there was anything else in there. Let me see here. Did I get everything? Yep. Alright. As I said, this is going to be your safe place from the mist, and there's enough time to get there from your base. That way you won't get wrecked, even if the workbench doesn't hold. Now we're going to need to get some rags at this point. Now that we got a nice storage place, and I am going to start grabbing the metal scraps now, because I need to make a gas can. The rocks can wait. Okay, nothing on that. And I bet this is something that you can break open eventually. Alright, let's see here. Anything in here? No. Tire is going to come in handy eventually. Ooh, there we go. More 9mm. Now we got 8 bullets. So, that's going to help. And we still have extra for rifle ammo. Stack that up. Got that engine, got another drink, got a battery. We're still got plenty of room for carry stuff. One other thing I noticed, you've got to be careful at night, because somehow I got hurt just running down the road. Now the zombies don't seem to come out at night. They only come out during the mist. But when I did try to come out, I tripped over something and ended up really hurting my leg. So be careful if you're moving out at night. Alright, there we go. We got some more drinks. Some fruit. I'm going to throw all this stuff in here now. I can't use this yet, but it will come in handy eventually. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to I wonder if I could... No, you can't scrap it. See, that's the one complaint I have. If things are worn out, you should be able to make them into rags or something. But it looks like I've got maybe enough components to make something. Here, let me see what I can make. Probably ought to take that off. Alright, let's see if we can't make something. Let's make some nails. Can't make leather yet. Got matches. Might be a good idea to make a bucket too. And I need more metal components to make anything more than that, so I am going to make a bottle of water. And see, I can use that to fill up, and with the bottle I can go around down to the water and get some water. I guess I'm going to have to boil it, but I'm not sure. But let's just stop there for now. That's a good start. It's getting dark. So every time you craft, time passes. Yeah, I'm going to put this in here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm thinking wrong there. Let's put the components over here. Metal scraps, the nails. Since I've got a hammer now, I can fix any of that stuff once I get some wood. This bucket's going to come in handy. I think I can make a shirt, maybe? What does it take to make a shirt? It takes a sewing kit. I don't have enough rags. I'm getting there. Okay. Well, we're going to close this up. And I'm going to look around a little bit more, not too much more. Because there is a bear near here. And we really don't want to tick off the bear. This is also another potential place to stay. The only problem I have with it is that it has an upstairs. The only good thing about it is the upstairs is pretty secure. But I'd rather it was fully accessible. But as you can see, the outside is only boarded. However, there is a room here, so this is a fairly safe area. They can't break through that window. And it's got a decent amount of storage. I guess it's just a matter of preference. I think where I am is good because it's close to the garage, and I'm able to get that workbench over there. I might eventually move into here because this looks like a step up. Okay. But for now, we're going to leave it be. I'm going to check this out here. Nothing. Yeah, the buildings themselves have not been yielding a whole lot of good stuff. And most of these are good buildings to use as a base, but as you can tell, there is a zombie in there. And he is now chasing me. But usually they give up after a short distance. Like I said, it's only during the mist they become increasingly dangerous. And he'll go back to that storage, that structure, and more or less stay there. But if the mist comes out, we got to get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, there's more components. We need that. Components are needed for everything, guys. Now this is a really bad base. As you can see, the windows are completely open on 4 sides. You would have to board up the whole 9 yards. Wouldn't suggest that one at all. That's about good for looting, and that's it. scrap metal. Always check the garbage too, guys. There's usually goodies over there by them. That was weird. Rock was falling down the hill. Okay, also with an L, you've got a light. I need to check my fatigue. My fatigue levels are good, but I am getting a little cold. So, might be a good idea to go back to base. Because truth be known, we can freeze to death. Hypothermia is not your best friend, guys. It's usually pretty easy to find my way back. The garage is easy to see and there's lots of light. Oh boy. That's not the place I wanted to go to. Oh gosh. Okay, these guys are not cool, guys. And they see me. Whoa. They're other survivors and they are not your friend. Looks like I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque or something. I don't know. And they're a lot closer than I thought they were. Well, we are going to go back to our area here, but those are other survivors that are basically people who kill and loot everybody else to their advantage. So they're about as dangerous as the zombies are. And the only difference is they're dangerous all the time. So you got to eventually take them out. But you got to get a lot more equipped before that can happen. So I'm going to go ahead and put what I have in here. I'm going to put the water bottle in there. Doesn't look like I can get too much more in here. Thought I heard something. Opens either way. Interesting. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sleep. Because that was a full day. And we're going to sleep till morning. Let's make it 8 hours. Set up, put about 6 a.m. Yeah, I need to get me some clothes made as soon as possible because I am really cold. Let me see how light it is outside. It's not bad. Okay, so the bad guys are over there. Now that we know. I think I'm going to move that a little bit better than against the wall a little more. There. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that there's such a big crack there. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I didn't die. That's always a good thing. And that was day 1. We survived. Anyway, please be sure to share, comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll be back with another episode of Mist Survival. So this is my first official episode, guys. So until next time, always remember, aim straight, cast far, and have fun, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.